Done? Super. Okay, next. See here, guys. I am going to explain you this diagram. So this diagram in the interview, they will not ask to draw. First of all, in the interview, they will not ask to draw this diagram, but they will ask a lot of questions from this diagram. So your job is to first listen the class very carefully. What is the meaning of it? What is the meaning of the diagram? Why I am drawing this diagram? Because lot of questions will arise from this diagram. Then lot of questions will arise from this diagram. Next, once we complete this one, then we'll go for the agile model class. Done? Now, first of all, how to spend 8 to 10 months in one project? See here, guys. Suppose, first of all, customer will give the requirement. First of all, what will happen here? Customer will give the requirement. So customer say that I want A, B, C, D, E up to the Z module. A, B, C, D, E up to the Z module. So who said? Customer said. So according to it, developer develop the A module given to test engineer will test the A module. Similarly, developer will develop A and B module given to test engineer will test A and B module. After that, again developer will develop A, B, C module given to test engineer will test A, B, C module. Similarly, developer will develop A, B, C, D module given to test engineer will test A, B, C, and D module. Similarly, for A to P module as well as A to Z module. So once all the module has been tested, once all the module has been developed, that means in the last few cycles, before releasing the product to the productions, we are doing 3 types of testings. So what are the 3 types of testings we are doing as a test engineers? Ad hoc testing, full regression testing, and the compatibility testing. So 3 types of testings we are doing as a test engineers. We are doing 3 types of testing in the last few cycles as a test engineers. What are they? Full regression testing, ad hoc testing, and the regression testing. Then, so from this A module till this Z module, 30 to 40 test cycles over. How many test cycles over? 30 to 40 test cycles over. Let's say 40 test cycles got over. So one test cycle will take either 3 days, 5 days, or 15 days. Let's say here one test cycle is taking 5 days to complete. How many days? 5 days to complete. So total how many days? 200 days will be there. So from A to Z module, how many test cycles will take? 30 to 40 test cycles. So let's say there will be a 40 test cycles. So one test cycle will take either 3 days, 5 days, or 15 days. So for this example, let's say that my test cycle is taking 5 days to complete. So 40 test cycle into 5, how many days? 200 days. So 200 days it will take to complete. Then now, after that, in the last few cycle, in the last few cycle means what? How many days? 3 to 8 test cycles. What is the meaning of 3 to 8 test cycles? 3 to 8 test cycle means that, what is the meaning of 3 to 8 test cycles? 3 to 8 test cycle means that, let's say there are 8 test cycles and one test cycles is taking how many days to complete? 5 days. So how many days overall? 40 days. So if I will calculate, so total days equal to how much? 240 days. That means you can say near to the 8 months. Near to which month? Near to how many months? Near to 8 months. Correct? Near to 8 months. So that's why I told you that you can easily spend in one project how many months? 8 to 10 months in one project. So 40 test cycle 200 days, 8 test cycle 40 days. That means in the last few cycle, in this 40 days, in the last few cycles, you are doing 3 types of testings. Then, so one test cycle, so here last few cycle means what? 40 test cycles. One test cycle, last few cycle means what? 8 test cycle means 40 days. Means in the last 1 month, I am doing, in the last 1 month. Yes, in the last 1 month, I am doing the three types of testings. What are they? Full regression testing, ad hoc testing, and the compatibility testings. So total number of days, how much? 240 days. That means 8 months it will take to complete. 8 months it will take to complete. Then, so this is the after completing 8 to 10 months over, 8 to 10 months over. So once all the module got tested, there is no any bug. We'll release the product to customer. Customer will do 80. 80 means what? Which testing? Acceptance testing. So customer will do acceptance testing. After that, they will install in the productions. And we are the end users. We use the product. You know this process is called the one release. What is the meaning of one release? From gathering the information, develop the software, test it in so many cycles until we release the product in production is called the one release. Done? Now, listen here, guys. Listen here. So from the very beginning, test engineers are doing which type of testing? FTIT, FTIT, FTIT. Continuously, they will do till P module. Now your doubt, sir, then what about the system testing? What about that progression testing? Sir, what about that smoke testing? Sir, what about that ad hoc testings? What about that compatibility testing? So whatever the testings we have learned till now, what about that all the testings? Yes, they will do all the testings, but I am discussing only about the basic testing that is called FTIT and ST. I am talking about only the basic testing that is called FTIT, ST. They will do all the types of testing they will do, no worries, but I am talking about only FTIT, ST. Why? Because this is the very basic testing, and in each and every module, each and every project, you have to do these testings called FTIT, ST. So from A module till P module, you have to do continuously FTIT, 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 FTIT. Continuously you are doing. Once you are finding that your application is under stable condition, once you find out that your application is under stable condition, once you found out that minimum bunches of features are ready, then you start to do which testing? System testing. So minimum bunches of feature, what is the meaning? Minimum bunches means that in this module A to Z, how many modules are there overall? 26 modules. So A to P module, how many modules? 16 modules. That means out of 26, 16 modules are ready. Means minimum bunches of features are ready. So after completion of this one, I am doing the ST. Means system testings. So what is the first reason? When we do system testing, I have given the notes already to you. When we do system testings, so whenever basic features are in stable conditions. Basic features are in stable condition. What is the meaning? A to P module, I am doing the testing, and I am 100% sure that my A to P modules are working fine. There is no any bug. Means there is a stable conditions. And after that, and after P module, I am also 100% sure that minimum bunches of features are ready. I am also 100% sure what? Minimum bunches of features are ready. So that means out of 26, 16 features are got ready. That means I am doing the system testing here. So what type of testing I am doing from very beginning? FTIT. And once I am sure that, yes, my basic features are ready, yes, my basic features are in stable conditions, then I will start to do the system testing. Then, so the product is released in the productions. Now the product is working beautifully in the productions. There is no any bug. Now customer said to company, I have been made lot of profits from this business, from this software, but I need now the updation of the applications. I need what? The updation of the applications. I need what? Now the updation of the applications. I want to update my application which is already available in the Play Stores. I want to do what? Update my applications. I want to do what? Update my applications which is already launched in the Play Stores. I want to update that applications. Now company is asking the requirement. So customer has given the requirement like this: double A, double B, double C, double D, double E, up to the double Z. So customer have given the requirement to the company like this. Then, So customer have given the requirement that customer wants to update this application which is already launched in the productions in the first release. So company started to develop, but once the company started to develop, how they will develop, how they will start the working development team, what they will do, they will start this one. What they will do, they will copy this module, they will copy this module. Which module? First release module, which is launched in the market already. So this one the development team will copy it. They will copy, and here they will paste. And along with that A to Z module, development team will build the double A module. Along with A to Z module, development team will build which module? Double A module, and given the test engineer to test. Now the question arises, why development teams are copy the old module? Why? Why development team are building double A along with A to Z? Why? What is the main reason behind it? The main reason behind it that because company wants the update of the application which is already launched in the market. They don't want a new application. It is not a new requirement. It is the updated version of the old requirement. The customer wants the updated version of the application. They don't want a new application. They don't want a new project. This is my old project only. Done. And this is the updated requirement, what customer actually wants. So chances are there, due to addition of the new module, bug will be introduced in the old module, which is already launched in the market. So development team will copy the module which is launched in the market, and along with that module, development team start to develop the double A module given to test engineer. Test engineer will do A to Z and double A. They will test. After that, test engineer, development team will give A to Z module, double A, and new module, what is that? Double B, given to test engineer to test. So test engineer will test A to Z module, double A module, double B module. After that, development team will give double C module given to test engineer to test. Now test engineer will test A to Z module, double A, double B, double C. Similarly, development team will develop A to Z module, double A to double Z module given to test engineer to test. Test engineer will test A to Z module, double A to double Z module. A to Z module, double A to double Z module. Since all the module got tested, so in the last few cycles, test engineers will do 3 types of testing again. What are the testings? Full regression testing, compatibility testings, and ad hoc testings. If time is there, they will do ad hoc testings. Done. So once all the module got ready, once all the module got tested, that is my module number 2. So what is that module number 2? A to Z and double A to double Z. Now the question arises, customer wants which one? Double A to double Z. But in this module, what is that? A to Z and double A to double Z. Now, customer wants this one. No, customer don't want this one. But development team have developed this like this. Test engineers have tested like this. That means there is a mistake done by the developer. No. The correct answer is no. Development team have not done any type of mistake, and test engineers also have not done any type of mistake to test the applications. Because customer wants, yes, correct. Customer wants double A to double Z. But as a developer, as a test engineer, they should have to check that this double A to double Z is also working with A to Z. Because double A to double Z is nothing, it is the updated version of A to Z. So this double A double Z should work with also A to Z. That's why development team have developed like this and test engineer have tested like this. And after that, they will deliver to the customer. Customer will do acceptance testing. But what customer actually wants? Customer wants W to double Z only. Because A to Z customer don't want. Because A to Z is already launched in the market. It is successfully working. Customer is making a profit also. But what customer actually wants? Customer wants only double A to double Z. So in this case, what customer will do? In this case, what customer will do? Customer will do acceptance testing. And while creating the acceptance testing means while doing the acceptance testing, customer will only create a patch. While doing the acceptance testing, customer will only create a patch. But how customer will create a patch? Like this. What customer will do? Customer have this A to Z module also, and customer have, that means this module number one customer also have, this second module also customer have. Now customer will, what he will do, he will start to take a difference between first module and second module. So what customer will do, he will start taking the difference between first module and the second module. Once the customer has started to take a difference between first module and second module, then what they actually found? They found that A to Z both are common in both the modules. So they will eliminate those modules. So which one is remaining? Double A to double Z is remaining. That means double A to double Z is my patch done by customer. When? While doing the acceptance testing. Customer will do the patch after taking a difference between first module and the second module. So customer has created the patch. So this patch contains double A to double Z, whatever customer actually wants. This is the correct one. Customer wants double A to double Z. Now, once the patch has been created by the customer, this will be installed in the production. This patch will be installed in the productions. Listen very carefully. The moment the patch installed in production for the application, the moment this patch installed in this production for this application, you will get one notification message in your mobile phone that this application needs update. The moment customer installs the patch in production, you will get one notification in the Play Store that this application needs update. So what you guys are doing? You are opening your Play Store, clicking the update button. The moment you click the update button, this patch will be integrated with your existing application and update will get over. And once you will open the application, you will also get a benefit of that applications. Why? Because new added features are there due to this patch. So this is the practical experience I am giving to you, that why you are getting a notification message in your mobile phone that this application needs update. How your mobile phone will get knows, how your Play Store will get knows. Like this, whenever this patch will be installed in production, whenever customer will install the patch in the productions, the moment you will get, same time you will get one notification, this application needs update. WhatsApp application needs update. Facebook needs an update. Amazon needs an update. So you go to the Play Store, you are clicking in the update button. The moment you click the update button, your patch will get integrated with the applications. And once the update will get over, you are clicking the open button. You click the open button, your application get opened. Then now you are getting the old features also, new features also. So this is the proper example why users are getting the notification message of any type of applications. Done. So this is the practical example I want to give you. That's why I have explained this full diagram to you. Then next one. What is the next one, guys? Next one is that, see, patch Before delivering it to the production, the patch, everything is getting tested. Everything is getting tested. But when the patch is installed in the production, it is not getting tested. Yes or no? It is not getting tested. Who will test in the Play Store? Anyone is there who is testing in the Play Store? No. The patch will be getting integrated with your existing application. Then no one is testing over there. Maybe chances are there bug will arise. Chances are there bug will arise. Then chances are there bug will arise. Which type of bug? Blocker bug. Which type of bug? Blocker bug will arise. So suppose the blocker bug will arise in the production. Then what customer will do? Customer started to shout on the company. Hey company, there is a blocker bug. I can't able to open my application. Hey, loss will go. Please come fast. Please start. Modifying the application. Please fix this bug. Then company will say, hey, stop man. Please be calm. Please silent. I will do it. Not a problem. Then what company will do here? What company and customer, what these peoples will do? They will pull out testing team and development team from where? From next release. What they will do, what company and customer will do, they will pull out testing team and development team from the next release. Next release in the sense, from the third release, the test engineer or development team who has already worked in the second release, the company and testing team will pull out them. Then why they are pulling out only that particular test engineer development team who has worked in second release? Why? Because this blocker bug has happened in this production due to this patch, and this patch will be done under the second release. That's why company or customer will pull out the testing team and development team from the next release who has been already worked in the second release. Then so the testing development team, what they will do? They will say, oh, there is a blocker bug in the production. Okay, not a problem. Then what development team will do? Development team will copy this original module. Which module? Original module. Which module? Second module, which contains your original A to Z modules also, double A to double Z module also. Development team will copy this one and they will fix the blocker bug. And test engineer will retest the blocker bug. If all the bug has been fixed, again they will give it to customer. Customer will do acceptance testing. Then the customer will create the patch. After that, that patch will be installed in the productions. Now company realize that there is no blocker bug. It has been fixed. It has been what? Fixed. Now they realize that the blocker bug has been fixed. This full concept is called, you know which concept? Hot fix. You know which concept it is called? This concept is called hot fix. And this hot fix is only valid for blocker bug. This hot fix is only valid for which bug? Blocker bug. Done. Now suppose patch has been installed in productions. Done. Now customer started to shout, hey company, I need urgent or critical changes. Now what company is doing? Customer started to shout, hey company, I need what? I need urgent or critical changes. I need what? I need urgent or critical changes. What I need urgent or critical changes. Then now If they need this urgent and critical change, then again company, customer, same. What they will do? They will pull out this testing team and development team from the next release. What they will do? They will again pull out the testing team and development team from the next release. Development team will copy this module. What development team will do? Development team will copy this module. Which module? This original module. They will do urgent or critical changes. Urgent or critical changes, what is the meaning of it? The meaning is that suppose login button is not properly visible. The font size of login button is very small. The login button position is not in a proper order. That type of bug is called urgent or critical changes. Done. So they will do the urgent or critical changes. Who will do? Development team. They will fix everything. They will fix everything. Test engineer will retest. After that, that module has been given to the customer again. Customer will do acceptance testing. They will create the patch again. Once the patch has been created, they will install in the productions. Then the customer realize that this one has been fixed. This process is called short-term release. This process is called short-term release or short interim release. This process is called what? Short-term release or short interim release. Most of the times, interviewer is used to ask you what is the meaning of interim. So the same process. So always remember, guys, the process, everything is same for hotfix and short-term release. But one thing is different. What? Hotfix is valid for blocker bug. Short-term release is valid for which bug? Urgent or critical bugs. So this is the meaning of this hotfix and short-term release. Done. Now, everyone understood? So that is the meaning. Who install the patch in production? Customer only will install it. Everyone understood till here? So that's why I have discussed this diagram to make you understand why you are getting the notification message in your mobile phone, what is the meaning of hotfix, what is the meaning of short-term release. Everyone understood? No, customer will not test the patch because customer, they are not having their technicals, good technical domain testing teams. That's why they are not testing. They are launching the products. So after launching it, then only if they are realizing there is a blocker bug, if there is a major bug, minor bug, okay, they will consider not a problem. But blocker bug is there, then they will call the testing team from the company itself. So they will go, they will do it. Maybe you can say acceptance testing approach number 3. They are going to the customer place and they are doing the testings. Acceptance testing approach number 3 they are following here. Then okay, super. Then now guys, what you will do, give the heading give the heading how to spend 8 to 10 months in one project. So you have already given the heading. Now what you will do, draw the diagram neat and clean properly. Once you have drawn the diagram, if you want to write anything, you can write it. Hotfix and short-term release notes I will give. No need to write short-term release hotfix notes. I will give it. So if you want to write anything for this diagram, you can write in your own words. No worries. Done. So this diagram, please draw the diagram. And if you want to write it from your own words. And hotfix short-term release notes, I will give it to you. Then please do it, everyone. taking the difference between first module and second module. So how they are taking the difference? They will see the what are the modules which are same. So A to Z module, A to Z modules are same. So they will eliminate those modules. So which one is remaining? Double A to double Z modules are remaining. So this double A to double Z is called my patch. So patch is nothing. It is the updated version of the application. We already know. So this patch will be installed in the productions. So this is the way how they will create the patch and how they are installing. Done. Done, guys. Diagram over, everyone. Guys, done? Yes or no? 2 minutes. Okay, okay. Write it, write it. Not a problem. Write it. Copy the diagram, everyone. Done, guys? Done, everyone? Okay. So, can you repeat the question given first? How to spend 8 to 10 months in one project? How to spend 8 to 10 months in one project? Done? Okay. Now, guys, what you will do, copy the notes. Thought fix short term release. Copy the notes, guys. Everyone, copy it fast, fast. Everyone done? Very good. Now, see here. Everyone, focus. Now, the next method we have called fishbone method. So, whenever the interviewer will ask this question, what do you mean by fishbone method? So, what you should do, you have to draw the diagram, and while drawing the diagram, only you have to explain the concept. I repeat, whenever the interviewer will ask you what is fishbone method, then you have to draw the diagram, and while drawing the diagram itself, you have to explain the concept. If it is a pen paper, if it is a virtual round, no, there is no possibility to draw the diagrams. But if it is a first round, like face-to-face interviews going on, offline sessions, then your job is to first draw the diagram, then explain the process. So while drawing it, you have to explain, because in fishbone method, diagram is very much important. Then, so what you will have to do, you have to first draw the diagram, then you have to explain what is the fishbone method. Then how you will explain it. You have to write your own notes. See here. So just focus how I am explaining. The same way you have to explain in the time of interview or in the time of mock. Then next. Suppose if anyone will ask you what is fishbone method. So how you will explain like this. You have to draw the diagram. See my cursor. See my mouse cursor and listen my words properly. Then how you will do? Listen everyone, focus. Test engineers are discussing what are the bugs they found. And also they discussed what are the reasons of finding of all those bugs. Consider all the bugs together. Consider all the bugs together. This method is look like fishbone. That's why it is called fishbone method. I explain once again. Test engineer will discuss what are the bugs they found. They discussed what are the reasons of finding of all those bugs. They consider all the bugs together. This structure is look like fishbone, so that it is called fishbone method. So what is the meaning of above line, guys? What are the bugs test engineer found? What is the meaning of below lines? What are the reasons of all those bugs? What is the meaning of straight line? The straight line, that means middle line. What is the meaning of middle line? Consider all the bugs together. I repeat, what is the meaning of the above lines? What are the reasons of finding what are the bugs they found? What are the bugs they found? Second, what is the meaning of the below lines? what are the reasons of finding the bugs? What is the meaning of the middle line? Consider all the bugs together. Done. So how you have to explain? You have to draw. While drawing only, you have to explain like this. Like this. You have to explain like this. Test engineers found the bugs. What are the bugs? And also they discuss what are the reasons of finding the bugs. They consider all the bugs together. The structure is look like fishbone, so that it is this method is called fishbone method. Done. So this is the way how you have to explain, and in the last line you have to add which line? Which line you have to add? This structure is look like fishbone, so that it is called fishbone method. So this line should be present in your notes. Then now copy the diagram and write your own words. Everyone do it. The meaning of fishbone method? So fishbone method, how you have to explain? While drawing the diagram, you have to explain it. How you will explain? See, test engineer discuss what are the bugs they found, and also they discuss what are the reasons of finding all the bugs. They consider all the bugs together. This structure is look like the structure is look like fishbone. That's why it is called fishbone method. Then, so what is the meaning of above line, guys? The meaning of above line is what are the bugs they found. What is the meaning of below lines? What are the reasons of finding the bugs? What is the meaning of middle line? Consider all the bugs together. Then, like that, you have to explain everything. Then, do it. So while drawing only, you have to explain what are the reasons of finding the bugs, what are the reasons of finding the bugs, what are the bugs they found. They consider all the bugs together, and the structure is look like fishbone, so that it is called fishbone method. Then copy it, everyone. Next. Next. Now, what you will do, guys, start writing the notes of agile model. Once you complete the notes, then only I will go for explanation of the concept. Done. So each and every word I will explain, but before that, you guys, what you will do, just copy the notes. Then copy all the notes, neat and clean, copy the notes. After that, I will go for explanation part. Then copy it, guys. Everyone copy it. Next. In the interview, copy the flow, guys. Flow is very much important. And these three things, stand up, sorry, these three things, burn down chart, whiteboard, and 3 done. I will just explain the concepts and you have to write your own notes, because in the notes I have not mentioned. So I will just explain the concept and you have to write your own notes. Done only for these three topics. Important flow is very, very important. Copy it, copy it. Written. First of all, you have written what? Epic. What is the meaning of this epic? What is the meaning of this epic? This epic means what? Quick storyline for many requirements. See your notes. See your notes, guys, everyone. See your notes. What is the meaning? Quick storyline for many requirement. What it means? For example, suppose suppose a customer will give one software to the company. So customer will mention in a one what where it will mention, they will mention in a one document. They will do documentation work. They will write, hey company, I need Facebook software, and in this Facebook software, username, password, login, cancel button, message button, notification, friend request, timeline. So these features should be present. So they are talking about only for one application, that is called Facebook, and customer will document each and everything in a properly and they will submit to the company. That document which contains only one software, this is called my requirement. Epic will contains multiple software in one document, and it is the project for the company. So customer will mention, hey company, I need Amazon application, Facebook application, WhatsApp application, Instagram application, and this application I need. And in this application, username, password, this feature should be present. So this fully document contains multiple softwares. So this multiple softwares which is available in a one document, that document is called my epic. So epic contains quick storyline for many requirements. That means there is a lot of applications. There is a lot of applications they will mention in one document and submit it to the company. So this is called my epic. But requirement only contains only one software at a time. A requirement contains only one software in a document, but epic contains multiple software in a one document, that is called the epic. Now interviewer will ask you, what is the difference between requirement and epic? So requirement contains only one software at a time. That document is called requirement. If customer wants multiple software as a project, they will mention in a one document and submit it to the company. This is called my what? Epic. This is called my what? Epic. Then so epic will contains multiple software at a time. This is called my epic. Now the next one we have called product backlog. What is the meaning of product backlog? Now suppose customers say that company, in one document I am mentioning loans project, I am mentioning insurance project, I am mentioning banking project. That means 3 software customer wants, and they would have written in one document. That document is called what? Epic. And after that, the development, after that, some members of customer, business analyst, architect, and product owner, they will convert the requirement into the product backlogs. Product backlog is nothing, it is a similar of SRS. You know SRS concept in V model. We already studied. So this product backlog is nothing, it is called my what? SRS. It is nothing, it is called what? SRS. Then so it is nothing, it is called what? SRS. So SRS is similar, look like. Don't say same, 100% same, no. Similar. SRS is similar to the product backlog. So product backlog done by whom? Product owner, some members of customer, business analyst, and architect. So they will convert the epic paragraphs in one document, one proper document, like the applications, how the application is look like. So what is product backlog definition? It is the prioritized list of features. See your notes. What is that? It is the prioritized list of features to be completed within a one project. To be completed in a project. To be completed in a project means what? This is the project from the customer. From the customer. So company has to develop loans, insurance, banking. But in that product backlog, I have mentioned one word. What is that? It is a prioritized list of features or requirements to be completed within a one project. Means what? Product backlog. In that product backlog, customer said that company. What customer say? Company. Banking should be done first, man. This banking is my first project. This banking I want as a first only. Once you will complete the banking, do the loans. Once you complete both, do insurance. Means what? Customer is prioritizing that which one they want as a first priority. So that is called my product backlog. So product backlog is nothing. It is the prioritized list of features or requirements to be completed within a one project. Means banking should be done first according to customer. Company will do banking as the first priority, then loans, then insurance. Means the demand, based upon the demand of the customer, company will start their work. So banking should be done first, then loan should be done, then insurance, because customer is giving lot of application at a time to the company. So company will get confused which one they want to develop first, which one they want to develop second, which one they have to develop in the last. So to overcome with it, customer only prioritizing all the things. Customer is telling company, I need this requirement as a first. I need this requirement as a second. I need this software as a third. So who is prioritizing? Customer is prioritizing the requirement. This is called my product backlog. And this product backlog done by whom? Some members of customer or business analyst or architect or product owner. In that product backlog, there is a first application which customer wants, that is called banking. In this banking, there are three sections. In first sections, the modules are present like create account. CA means what? Create account, then log in, then pay, then log out. In the second section, the modules are present like FAN, then TN, then amount text field, then transfer button, then cancel button. Similarly, in the third sections also some modules are there. After once they complete the banking, which application they want? Loans. In that loans, what is the EL? EL stands for education loan. HL stands for home loan. CL stands for car loan. So EL education loan. The modules are apply, approve, repay, logout. Similarly, some modules are present in home loan. Some modules are present in car loan. Then next one we have called insurance. In that insurance, the first section we have called HI. HI stands for house insurance or home insurance or health insurance, you can say. L means life insurance. C means car insurance. So in the health insurance, HI, there is a first one called apply, then approve, then claim, then log out. Similarly for life insurance, similarly for car insurance. So there are some modules are present in this product backlogs. So this is called my product backlog because this should be completed within a one project. So this is the project for the company should be done first. Should be done. But among this project, which software should be done first according to the customer? Banking. Second, loans. Third, insurance. So this is called my product backlog. After that product backlog, if you will see the sprint backlog, guys, go to the notes. Go to the notes of sprint backlog? Everyone go to the notes of sprint backlog. See, one point I have given. What is that point in the sprint backlog? It is a list of features or stories or requirement to be completed within a sprint. This is the biggest difference between product backlog and sprint backlog. See, there is a one underlined word is there, right? Yes or no in your notes? Yes. So sprint backlog to be completed within a sprint. What is sprint? We have already discussed. Product backlog should be done within a one project. Within one project means product backlog should be done within my one project, but sprint backlog should be done within one sprint. This is the biggest difference between product backlog and sprint backlog. And if you will go to the next point of the sprint backlog, what is the next point of the sprint backlog, guys? It is done by whom? Scrum team. And Scrum team contains two teams. What are the two teams we have? Core team and shared team. Core team contains Scrum Master, test engineers, developers. SM means what? Scrum Master. Scrum importance of agile model in IT companies. Then what will be your answer? How you will start the explanation of agile model? You have to first tell agile model. We use agile model to reduce test cycle duration and enhance the quality of the product. Since test engineers and developers are working parallelly, so the quality of the project will get enhanced and project will complete very fast. That's why we are preferring the agile model. In the agile model, there are different sections like epic, quick storyline for many requirements, product backlog. It is the prioritized list of features or requirements to be completed within a project. After that, this. So like that, you have to explain. First, you have to tell the definition. So in the notes, I have not given the definition. That is your responsibility to write your own words definition. What is that? What you should write? You have to write agile model. We use agile model to reduce test cycle duration. Since test engineers and developers both are working parallelly, so project will complete very fast and the quality of the software will get enhanced, means increased, and chances of drawbacks will be very, very less in the agile. Then, so this is the way. After that, you have to tell all the sections. So till here, story point I have explained. Then after completion of the story point, see the flow. After completion the story point, what you should tell? Explain one sprint with proper example. What is that? Explain one sprint with proper example. See here, guys. Whenever the interviewer will ask you agile model, so you have to tell what? First, like means introductions of the agile. What is that? Agile model, we use agile model to reduce the test cycle duration. Since test engineer developers are working parallelly, so the project will complete fast and chances of drawback will be less. Chances of drawback will be less and quality of the project will get enhanced. After that, there are so many sections in the agile like epic. After that, you have to explain. Then, and once you complete the story point, this sixth point is very, very important, guys. What is that sixth point? Explain one sprint with proper example. This is very, very important in the explanation of the agile model. So here, how you have to explain. Listen very carefully. So however I am explaining, same way you have to explain as well. So please listen very carefully. So what developers are doing? So here there are two teams, developers and test engineers. Let's say there is an example of sprint that First sprint is my under create account, login, pay button, logout button. So development team will prioritize the requirements. So this is under my sprint one, and developers will do. Listen, first of all, you have to say what is your sprint one under project. So what are the features? Create account, login, pay, logout. After that, you have to tell developers will do LLD, UI, UX, coding for first feature that is called create account. At the same time, whenever developers are busy while doing LLD, UI, UX coding, same time, test engineers will write the test cases for all the modules. They will complete the test cases for all the modules. So they will write the test cases for create account, login, pay, logout. And once the test engineer will complete their test cases, development team will give the create account to the test engineer. Test engineer will execute the create account test cases and test the create account module. At the same time, whenever test engineers are executing the test cases, developers will do LLD, UI, UX coding for the another module that is called login button. And once the development team will do the login button, once the test engineer complete their execution of the create account, development team will give the login button along with create account to the test engineer. Test engineer will execute the create account test case and login test case and test the module. At the same time, developer will do LLD, UI, UX coding for another module that is called pay button, pay module. And once the test engineer complete their execution, development team will give the create account login pay to the test engineer. Test engineer will execute the test cases for create account login pay and test their modules. At the same time, developer will do LLD, UI, UX coding for the another module that is called logout. And once test engineer complete their execution, then developer will give create account login pay logout to the test engineer to test. Then test engineer will execute their test cases. Once all the testing will get over, then they will give it to the customer. Customer will do the acceptance testing and they launch the product in the productions. We are the end users. We use the product. This concept is called the sprint one. So like that, you have to explain. Okay, let me explain once again this process because this is a very important process. Then let me explain once again. So once you will complete the story point concept, after that you have to say that, let's say there is a one module, there is a one sprint we have called create account, login, pay, and logout. So developer will do LLD, UI, UX coding for create account, and at the same time, test engineer will write the test cases for all the modules. Once test engineer complete the test cases, development team will give the create account to the test engineer to test. Test engineer will execute the test cases for create account. Meanwhile, development team will develop LLD, UI, UX coding for another module that is called login and given to the test engineers after they complete their execution. So test engineer will execute the test cases of create account and login. By executing the test cases, they will test that module, and meanwhile development team will do LLD, UI, UX coding for the module called pay button. And once test engineer complete the execution, development team will give the pay button to the test engineers along with login and create account. Then test engineer will execute the test cases for create account, login, and pay button as well. And at the same time, meanwhile, development team will do LLD, UI, UX coding for the another module that is called logout. Once test engineer complete their execution, development team will give the logout to the test engineer. So test engineers will execute the test cases for create account, login, pay, and logout and test the modules. Once all the modules get tested, it will be given to the customer. Customer will do acceptance testing and the product will launch in the productions. End users will use the product. This is called my sprint one. So once completion of each and every sprint, Once the completion of each and every sprint, then we have to do another activity that is called a retrospect meeting. In the retrospect meeting, the testing teams, the person who are involved in the project, they will document what are the good things or achievements done in the previous sprints and what are the mistakes done in the previous sprints. They will document properly. After the documentations, whenever any new sprint will comes or whenever any new project will comes, they will open this document and they will try to avoid the mistakes and they will adopt once again the achievements. If they will do like this, then the project quality will get enhanced. So in the agile model, this meeting is very much important. If you are doing this meeting, then obviously your project quality will get enhanced. And this meeting should be done to reduce the test cycle duration, because the main purpose to do this meeting, what is the main purpose to do the meeting? The reduce the test cycle duration. See the last point of retrospect meeting in your notes. I have given the last point of your test of your retrospect meeting. What is that? To reduce the test cycle duration. So the main purpose to do the retrospect meeting is that to reduce the test cycle duration. Then, so this retrospect meeting, when you have to do after completion of each and every sprint. So whenever you are completing the sprint, you have to do the retrospect meeting. In that retrospect meeting, you have to document what are the achievements you have done in the sprint and what are the mistakes you have done in the previous sprint. So whenever the next sprint will comes or whenever the new project will comes, you will open this document and you will avoid these mistakes in the next sprint or next project. And once again, you will adopt these achievements. So that what will happen, the project quality will get enhanced. Test cycle duration will get reduced because you know your mistakes. You will not repeat it again. So if you are not repeating the mistakes again and again, if you are not repeating, then project quality will get enhanced and test cycle duration will also get reduced. So, and you can easily deliver the project to the customer within the deadline dates. So this is the wow of the agile. Wow of the agile, beautiful of the agile. Why? Because the retrospect meeting is being involved in the agile model. And if you observe this process, guys, which process? This process, if you observe this process, here you observe, if you have observed very carefully, then one thing you have noticed. What is that? Test engineers and developers both are working parallelly. When test engineer completing execution test case, developers giving the module to the test engineers. When test engineers are busy on execution test case, development team start to develop one new module. When they will complete again test engineers will start the execution. So both are working parallelly. So the project will complete very fast. And retrospect meeting should be done after completion of each and every sprint. So the project quality will get enhanced, so that the test cycle duration will get reduced. And once you complete the retrospect meeting, that means this retrospect meeting should be done whenever you are releasing the sprints. Means after completion of each and every sprint, you have to do retrospect meeting. You know, sprint will take 28 to 30 days to complete. Means what? Retrospect meeting should be done once in a month. So in this project, this is the project of the company. So in this project, how many sprints are there? 9 sprints are there. That means how many times the company have to do retrospect, complete the retrospect meeting. There is one another called what? Stand-up meeting or scrum meeting or daily stand-up. The meaning of this one? The meaning of this one is that entire scrum team involved in this meeting. So who are the person involved in this meeting? Entire scrum team involved in this meeting. Entire scrum team involved in this meeting. And in this stand-up meeting or scrum meeting or daily stand-up, the engineers will say what they will say, what they have done yesterday, what they are gonna to do today, what are the impediments they have faced yesterday, what are the impediments they are gonna to face today. What is the meaning of impediments? Obstacles. What are the obstacles they have been faced yesterday, and what are the obstacles they are gonna to face today in this projects. So they will explain all the things, and this meeting should be done in the beginning of the day. Means whenever you are coming to the office, whenever you are punching your ID cards, whenever you are giving your attendance in the company, you have to do this meeting. You have to do this meeting in the beginning of the day. Means every day you have to do this meeting if you are following the agile model. And this meeting should be done. Which meeting? Stand up meeting, scrum meeting, or daily stand up. This meeting should be done only 10 to 15 minutes, not more than that, not less than that. Exactly 10 to 15 minutes this meeting should be done. Why? That's why it is called the time box, because the company will just only follow up the things that what you have been done yesterday, what you are going to do today, what is the impediment you have faced yesterday, what are the impediments you are going to face today. So they are going to just follow up the things. That's why they have decided not to waste more time in this meeting. Only 10 to 15 minutes, not more than that, not less than that. Only 10 to 15 minutes they will do this meeting. And in this meeting, Scrum Master will lead the meeting. Scrum Master will lead the meeting. And if suppose there are impediments the engineers are facing, so who will take responsibility to solve the impediments? Scrum Master only. So Scrum Master is a person who try to solve the impediments in the meeting itself. If it's not possible, they will write it in where? See your notes. See your notes, everyone. See your notes. Where they will write? In the impediment backlog. They will write in the impediment backlog and try to solve it later. But he will only take the responsibility of all those impediments to solve it later. Done. So this is called my stand-up meeting. Now the interviewer will ask you, what is the difference between retrospect meeting and stand-up meeting? So what is the difference? Retrospect meeting should be done after completion of each and every sprint. Stand-up meeting should be done in the beginning of the day. Retrospect meeting should be done once in a month. Stand-up meeting should be done every day in a month, every day. This is the difference between retrospect meeting and the stand-up meeting. So till now, we discussed some small questions also, which is important. We also discussed some cross questions here, because why I am explaining the difference, why I am explaining the cross questions to you, why I am giving, because sometimes interviewers don't have time to ask these full questions, and they don't have that much patience to listen all the 12 answers. They don't have that much patience. So they will ask some cross questions. They will ask some basic questions, and they will check how much you have the knowledge in this agile model. They will say like this, can you please tell me what is the difference between epic and requirement? So whatever we have discussed, you have to tell. They will ask you, tell me what is sprint planning? So we know that whenever we are explaining the sprint planning, you have to tell the story point as well. Done. Now, they will ask you, can you please tell me what is the difference between product backlog and sprint backlog? Can you please tell me what is the difference between retrospect meeting and stand-up meeting? Then, so like that, they will ask you some cross questions. So you have to be prepared for that. Then, now, once your what stand-up meeting will get over, then the another activity we have to do. Which activity you have to do? We have to do the burn down chart, or it is called graph. This burn down chart, whiteboard, 3 done guys. I will not give the notes. You have to write your own notes because till stand up meeting I have given the notes. These 3 activity you have to write your own notes. So listen carefully. So what is the meaning of burn down chart? In this burn down chart, the engineers will say that the engineers in the sense test engineers and developers, they will say that I need both persons together, combining both the persons together. They will say that I need to test and develop create account one day. How many days? 1 days. I want. For login, I need 3 days to test and develop. For pay, I need 5 days to test and develop. For logout, I need 7 days to test and develop. So this is called my expected. Means after 1 day, they will give create account. After 3 days, they will give login. After 5 days, they will give pay. After 7 days, they will give the logout. Means after 7 days, all the modules will be ready. This is the expected output. Chances are there some engineers will quit the job in middle of the project. Some engineers will switch to the another company, or some engineers will get the termination letter from the company. Maybe chances are here. So this is called my expected output. So what is the actual output? Actual output is that due to the quitting the job, due to the leaving the job by the engineers, maybe this create account will extend. How many days will extend? 1 day. So instead of 1 day, the create account will gonna to develop and test within 2 days. Login 4 days. Pay 6 days and log out how many days? 8 days. So this green color will says about my actual output. So instead of 7 days, how many days I am gonna to take? One more extra day. That is 8th day. In the 8th day, I am gonna to deliver this project. But now the question is, how I will get to know how many days are extended after leaving the job by the engineers? How many days are extended? How I will get to know? I will get to know by using the burn down chart. Burn down chart is a graphical representation which will says how many days are extended for this project. How they will say? If they will take a difference between actual output and expected output. If they will take a difference between actual output and expected output, then they will say that how many days are gonna to extend. So what is burn down chart? What is the main purpose to do the burn down chart? The main purpose to do the burn down chart is to get to understand how many days they are gonna to extend for this project, or how many extra days is gonna to take of this project. This is the main purpose to do the burn down chart. So what is the burn down chart? Burn down chart is the graphical representations which defines how many days are gonna to extend for this project if they will take a difference between actual output and expected output. Done. So once they complete this activity, then the another activity we have to do, that is called whiteboard or storyboard. We have to do another activity, that is called which one? Whiteboard or storyboard. So this whiteboard or storyboard, it has 2 sections, completed work and the pending work. So what these engineers will do? They will write what are the works are completed, what are the works are pending, and they will paste it. They will write completed works in a completed work section. They will write pending work in the pending work section. So if test engineers and developers will come and if they will see this whiteboard, they will get to know that what is the which work is pending and which work got completed. So their responsibility is to do the pending works, and they are interested to do the pending work. So what is the main purpose to do the whiteboard? The main purpose of doing the whiteboard is to let them, test engineer and developer, to let them know that which work completed, which work pending, and which work they have to do. So which work they have to do, pending work they have to do. Now the question arises, who will do burn down chart? Who will prepare whiteboard? The answer is anyone from Scrum team. Any one member from Scrum team. Anyone from the Scrum team. Most of the time, Scrum Master will do. Most of the time, Scrum Master will do. Or if suppose Scrum Master is not available on that time, might be he will busy with the another work, then anyone from the Scrum team, they are allowed to do burn down chart or whiteboard. So to let them, test engineer or developer will get to know how many which work are pending, which works are completed. And according to test engineer and developers, let them other engineers to get to know how many days are extended of this project by taking the difference between actual output and expected output. So once they complete the burn down chart whiteboard, then there is another activity that is called 3 done. So this 3 done means what? First done. If Scrum Master will say done means one time done. Only they will say only one time done. Like this, done means what? White box testing completed. If they will say 2 time done means done means black box testing also get completed. If they will say 3 time done means what? You have to understand acceptance testing also got completed. Now the product is released in the market. Then, so this is the meaning of the 3 done. If they will say 1 done means white box testing completed. If they will say 2 done means black box testing completed. If they will say 3 done means acceptance testing completed. Then, so this is the meaning of the 3 done. After that, the another, which one we have called chicken. So chicken means what, guys? See your notes. Chicken means what? Chicken is a person who is not involved in any type of task. So what is the meaning of chicken? Chicken is a person who will not doing any type of task. Just he is an observer. How the sprint is moving. He will just an observer. How the sprint is moving. He will not doing any type of task. Now, your question, sir, can you give me a practical example of chicken? Yes, I will give you the practical example of chicken. What is the practical example of chicken? Suppose tomorrow you will suppose you will get placed in one company. That company will never give you a direct project. They will never assign you a direct project. First of all, they will give you training, 2-month training, 3 months training. You have, if the requirements are coming out of the manual testings in that group, WhatsApp group, you observe that this 3 months, this is the salary. After completion of 3 months, this is the salary. 6 months training, this is the salary. After 6 months, this is the salary. Why like this? Because first 2 months, first 3 months, first 6 months, they will give you training. You are just an observer. They will give you training. You are just an observer how the sprint is moving. And you guys are not doing any type of task on that particular. You are just an observer how the sprint is moving. You are just a listener, observer. You are just a beginner on that time. Officially, they will give you a designations. They will give you one position, test engineer, quality analyst, analyst job. They will give you one designation in the beginning, officially, but unofficially, you are a chicken. You are just an observer how the sprint is moving. Once you are get trained on that basic topics, then they will assign you one project. So whatever you have observed, you have to do a particular work in that projects. Then, so first 2-3 months, you are a chicken in that company unofficially. Officially, you are a test engineer. Officially, you are a quality analyst. But unofficially, you are what? Chicken. Then, now, So that's all about your agile model. Now, the question is what? Okay, sir, who will say done? These three done by the said by the whom? Scrum Master. Scrum Master will say the three done. If they will say one done means white box testing completed. If they will say two done means black box testing completed. If they will say three done means done means acceptance testing completed. Now the product is ready, they are launching in the market. Now you are safe that there is no any bug in the productions. Then, so this is the full meaning of the agile, and you have to explain the agile according to this flow. The flow is very much important because some people are explaining randomly. I don't know why. Yeah, stupid idiots. I don't know why they are explaining randomly. They are telling first epic. They started with epic product backlog, then they directly jump to burn down chart. They directly seeing the sprint planning. Now then chicken. Now then sprint story point. Now retrospect meeting. Now next whiteboard. What you are telling? You have to tell in such a way the interviewer will get to understand. So you have to explain the full process of the agile. So how you will start the agile? Whenever they will ask you, explain the agile model. What is agile model? So how you will have to start? You have to start, guys. You have to start like this. We use agile model to reduce the test cycle duration. The project quality will get enhanced because test engineers and developers both are working parallelly. So project will complete very fast. So that project will complete very fast and chances of drawbacks will be very, very less. In this agile model, there are different sections. First section we have called epic, quick storyline for many requirements. So after that, you have to explain all the process. Still, chicken flow is very much important. Then, okay, what is the question? Okay, sir, once again, burn down chart. Okay, once again, burn down chart. So what is that burn down chart? Testing team and development team, they will say together that we need 1 day to test and develop the create account. They will say 1 day, sorry, 3 days, I want to test and develop login. I need 5 days to test and develop the pay. I need 7 days to test. I need 7 days to test and develop the logout. So they will discuss and they will say them. Then, so in the middle of the project, if anyone will quit the job, definitely the project will get delayed. So how many days it will get extended depends with the actual output. So they will say that due to the leaving of jobs of the engineers, I need extra 1 day to complete the create account. So instead of 3 days of login, it will goes to 4 days. For pay button, instead of 5, it will goes to 6 days. For logout, it will extend instead of 7, 8 days. So what is the output I am expecting when after completion of 7th day? But now I am expecting after completion of 8th day. This is my actual output. So if I will take a difference between expected and actual output, I am getting how many days it is getting extended. What is the extra days? So this is called by the burn down chart. This is called the burn down chart. So what is burn down chart? Burn down chart is nothing. It is the graphical representations which will defines how many days it will get to extend. The project will get to extend means each and every module will get to extend. How I will get to know? By taking the difference between actual output and expected output. So who is doing the burn down chart? Anyone from Scrum team, most probably Scrum Master, most of the time Scrum Master. But if he is not free, he is involved with another work, then anyone from Scrum team, they will do the burn down chart. So this is the meaning of burn down chart, and this is all about your agile model. Everyone understood the agile model, yes or no? Guys, yes or no? Because only 2 days class is remaining. Give me some response. Be some active energy, huh? Super. Done? Very good. Very good. Now, what you will do, guys, what you will do, copy the diagram because you know the concept, right? Because you have written the notes, everything you have written. Now draw the diagrams. Done? Do it, everyone. Copy the diagram, neat and clean. Copy it. Everyone, do it. Do it, guys. Draw the diagram neat and clean. Okay, Abdul Rahim, what you are asking in the project backlog? Okay, product backlog. Okay, sprint product backlog. You said banking contains. No, 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 no. I didn't say banking contains 9 sprint. I said this product backlog contains 9 sprint. Banking contain how many sprint? 3 sprint. One sprint this one, second sprint this one, third sprint this one. Then loans will, this is the fourth sprint, this is fifth, sixth sprint, then seventh sprint, eighth sprint, ninth sprint. So this full product backlog contains 9 sprint. This the product backlog is my project. So this contains my 9 sprints. Done? Understood? Yeah, okay, fine. So draw the diagram, guys. Everyone draw it. Done, everyone? Okay, sir, once again, sprint backlog and sprint planning. See, sprint backlog is nothing. Here, what development teams are prioritizing the requirements. So the customers say that banking should be done first. So among this banking, the development will prioritize the requirement. And this sprint backlog done by Scrum team. And sprint planning, nothing. They will, what is that? Create account developer will say that I will do LLD, UI, UX coding. Test engineers will say that I will do testings. Similarly, for login developer will say that I will do LLD, UI, UX coding. Test engineer will say that I will do testings. So they will prioritizing all the things. They will elaborate all the things. And after that, they will go to the story points. So this is my sprint plannings. Like first, each and every story is assigned to the engineers. After that, engineer that create account should be done first before login. Before pay login, test engineer will say that I will do testings. Similarly, for login, developers say that I will do LLD, UI, UX coding. Test engineer will say that I will do testing. Similarly for pay, similarly for logout. And once they will compute, they will go for story points. Then this is the things. This is the concept of sprint backlog and sprint plannings. Okay, sir, once again, tell me one sprint. Yeah, I will explain, not a problem. I will explain. Just let move to the next slide, then I will explain. Everyone? No, okay, right, not a problem. Draw the diagram, not a problem, do it. Done, everyone? Diagram over? Yes, super. Okay, very good. Okay, next. Copy this diagram. And Muhammad Yunus, just listen it. So what is that sprint? What is that sprint? So let's say there is example for create account module, login module, pay module, logout module. Developer will do LLD, UI, UX coding for one module that is called create account. At the same time, test engineer write the test cases for all the modules. So whenever test engineer completion their test case, then development team will give the create account to the test engineers. Test engineers will execute the create account test case, and meanwhile, development team will do LLD, UI, UX coding for the next module that is called login button. Once the test engineer complete their execution of the login and once the test engineer complete their execution of the create account, then development team will give the login to the test engineers. Test engineers will execute create account test cases, login test cases, and test the modules. At the same time, developer will do LLD, UI, UX coding for the another module that is called pay button. Once the test engineer complete their execution, then development team will give the pay button to the test engineers. So test engineers will execute create account, login, and pay, test the module. At the same time, development team will do LLD, UI, UX coding for the another module called logout. Once the module has been done, once the test engineers will execute the test cases, then the development team will give the logout to the test engineers. Test engineers will execute create account, login, pay, logout, and test all the modules. Once all the modules get tested, they will deliver to the customer. Customer will do acceptance testing, and that module will get released in the productions. We are the end users, we use the product. After completion of each and every sprint, there is one more activity to do, That is called retrospect meeting. Okay? So this is the flow. You will have to explain. Now it's clear, Muhammad Yunus? Yes, super. Copy the diagram, everyone. And guys, for just wait. Guys, for burn down chart, whiteboard, and 3D, you have to write your own notes. Then draw the diagram first. After that, write the notes for burn down, whiteboard, and 3D. Do it, everyone.